All right, so I'm just gonna go over some intricacies of the different windows in Boxcar. Really quick, let's make my um, window I'm using here. Let's just scale it up so it's nice and big so everyone can see it. Um, let's turn that one off. We'll talk about just the characters here. I have a lot of characters here, different stuff. And you'll see that the ones that are enabled are on this screen, and they're listed Turk, Form, Risen. And one thing people might want is they might want to change the order of that. And it's not necessarily intuitive, but say for instance I want Risen on the top, I would just click Risen's name and drag it above Turk, and then reorganize them. So this is on this list. You can drag and drop, and things are just going to be done in order. And the same thing goes for the hotbars too. So for instance, if you wanted to, so we could probably enable this one and we could set this to be on the same window. And if I wanted them to be in the other order, all I'd have to do is just drag one above the other, and then you'd be able to reorder them like that. So that's like one thing that maybe isn't intuitive to some people, but it's how it works. And as far as editing the buttons, like within these, if you want to do that, you can click the pencil icon, which is the edit button. And when you click that, you'll have the ability to enable and disable individual buttons within these. And then in addition to that, you also can like swap things around. So say if I want this Shaman Epics orange button to be on the far right, I can just click one of these little buttons and it'll swap it over here. So you can kind of change the order. That's like if you create a bunch of buttons and you want to say you create a bunch of buttons and then you want to add one and then you want to move them together and regroup them because for some reason you got a new AA or some new ability and you wanted to add it in there and it doesn't work. Like it'd just be a pain to remake everything, a lot of copying and pasting and all this. You can just use this to swap them around. And that is the same on characters too. So for characters, if you have a button that you want to move around, you could do that. If you want this break to be in one versus out here, you can do that. All of that is, totally fine. But yeah, so those are some of the ways that the character and hot button screens work. For the character too, obviously, if you have credentials on here, you can change those. If you click on this, you say the edit credentials. This will show the username and password decrypted. And then you can, update them here if you need to. And it'll work for the auto login features. And that's about it for those screens. For Windows, there's no drag and drop because there's no real ordering here. You can do the vertical layout if you prefer that. If you were going to throw this over to the side or something like that, you could do it that way. And then there's obviously the scale here to change the scale of the buttons. That's pretty useful. And then this is the reset position. So sometimes, especially for people that are using multi pixel density monitors, you have a 4K monitor and then on the side you have a 1080p monitor. The coordinate system can get kind of messed up on relaunch, and sometimes this window might just end up off screen. You can click this and it will send it to the 00 coordinate, which should be the top left of your main monitor, and then you can pull it back and redo whatever you want. And that's about all it is for the character, window, and hotbar screens. If you want to ask more questions or maybe are stuck on something, you can click on the community, and this has a direct link to our Discord. Hope to see you guys join. Have a good one.